If your tomato plants are tall, green, and loaded with fruit, but something still feels off this summer, you are not alone. Maybe the leaves look perfect from a distance, yet when you check closely, half your tomatoes are cracking, turning black at the bottom, or just refusing to ripen no matter how much sun they get. Here's the truth nobody tells new gardeners. The mistake behind this isn't about bad soil or weak seeds. It's something you're probably doing with good intentions, almost every single day this summer, and it's quietly working against you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what it is, why it happens more in summer than any other season, and the simple fix that could save your entire harvest before it's too late. Welcome back to Earthly Gardening, the channel built for anyone who wants a garden that thrives without draining their wallet. If this is your first time here, I'm glad you found us right on time, because today's topic could be the difference between a basket full of ripe tomatoes and a season of frustration. And to everyone who's been growing with us for a while, thank you for showing up again. You already know we don't do fluff here. Just real, practical advice that actually works in a home garden. Before we get into it, if you're new here, consider becoming part of this growing community by subscribing. It genuinely helps this channel keep bringing you tips that save you time, money, and a whole lot of gardening stress. Now let's get into the mistake that's silently sabotaging your tomatoes this summer. The real mistake. So what is this mistake that's costing you tomatoes every single summer? It's inconsistent watering. Not too little water, and not exactly too much either, but the constant back and forth between dry soil and soaked soil that happens without you even realizing it. Here's what usually happens. The sun gets hot, the soil dries out fast, and your tomato plant sits there thirsty for a day or two longer than it should. You're busy, life gets in the way, maybe you're at work or dealing with something else entirely, and by the time you check on your garden, the leaves have started to droop. Panic sets in a little, so you grab the hose and give the plant a heavy soak all at once, trying to make up for lost time. Here's the problem with that. The plant absorbs that sudden rush of moisture too quickly after being deprived for so long, and that's exactly when you start seeing cracked skins, blossom end rot, and fruit that splits right before it's ready to pick. It sounds harmless because you're technically still watering your plant. You're not neglecting it. In fact, most people dealing with this issue would describe themselves as attentive gardeners who genuinely care about their plants. But tomatoes are sensitive to rhythm. They don't just need water, they need a steady, predictable pattern of it, almost like a heartbeat the plant can rely on. Think about how your own body reacts if you skip meals for a whole day and then eat a huge dinner to compensate. You'd feel sluggish, uncomfortable, maybe even a bit sick. Your tomato plant experiences something surprisingly similar when its water supply swings from famine to flood. And summer heat throws that pattern off faster than any other season of the year, which is exactly why this mistake becomes so much more damaging once the temperatures climb. Why summer makes it worse? During spring, the weather is mild enough that even if your watering schedule is a little inconsistent, your plant can recover without much damage. The soil holds onto moisture longer, the air isn't pulling water out of the ground aggressively, and your tomato has more breathing room to bounce back from an occasional missed watering day. But summer changes everything. The heat pulls moisture out of the soil at double or even triple the speed, especially if your tomatoes are in containers or raised beds where the soil warms up faster than in the ground. Raised beds sit above the earth, exposed on all sides to hot air, and containers are often dark-colored, which absorbs even more heat and speeds up evaporation from every angle. This means the gap between a healthy moisture level and a dangerously dry one becomes much smaller. What used to take 3 or 4 days to dry out in spring might now happen in a single scorching afternoon, particularly if your area is experiencing a heat wave or unusually dry stretch of days. If your watering habits haven't adjusted along with the temperature, your plant is essentially riding a roller coaster of stress it never signed up for, and it has no way of communicating that stress to you until the damage is already visible. And here's the part most people miss. Tomato plants don't show you the damage immediately. The stress builds up quietly beneath the surface for days before it finally shows up as cracked fruit, yellowing leaves, or blossoms that drop off before they even form a tomato. By the time you notice something is wrong, the root of the problem has already been happening for a while, sometimes for over a week. This delay is exactly why so many gardeners get confused and start blaming the wrong things, like their soil quality, their fertilizer brand, or even bad luck with the weather, when the real culprit was sitting right there in their watering can the entire time. The warning signs you're probably ignoring. Let's talk about what this actually looks like in your garden, because chances are you've seen at least one of these signs without connecting it back to watering. The first sign is curling leaves during the hottest part of the day. A lot of gardeners assume this means the plant needs more sun or more fertilizer, but often it's simply the plant's way of conserving water because the soil moisture has been unpredictable. The leaves curl inward almost like they're protecting themselves, reducing the surface area exposed to direct sunlight so less water evaporates through them. The second sign is fruit that cracks in perfect rings around the top. This isn't a disease and it isn't bad luck. It's almost always tied directly to a sudden heavy watering after a dry stretch. The inside of the tomato grows faster than the skin can stretch to accommodate it, and that pressure has to go somewhere, so the skin splits open. The third sign, and probably the most frustrating one, is blossom end rot. That dark, sunken patch at the bottom of an otherwise beautiful tomato that seems to appear out of nowhere. Most people blame this on a calcium deficiency, and while calcium is involved, the real cause is usually poor and uneven water movement through the plant, which prevents calcium from reaching the fruit properly, even if there's plenty of it in your soil. Calcium travels through the plant along with water, so if the water supply is inconsistent, calcium delivery becomes inconsistent too, regardless of how rich your soil actually is. A fourth sign worth mentioning is blossoms dropping off the plant entirely before they ever get the chance to turn into fruit. This happens when the plant is under enough stress that it decides to conserve its energy rather than invest resources into new fruit production. It's the plant's version of pulling back and protecting itself first. If you've dealt with any of these this summer, now you know it likely wasn't your soil, your fertilizer, or bad luck. It was the rhythm of your watering, and thankfully, that's something completely within your control. If this is already changing how you think about your tomato patch, do me a favor and drop a comment letting me know which of these signs you've noticed in your own garden this summer. It genuinely helps this channel grow when you engage, and it lets me know what topics to cover next. While you're at it, tap that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video, because we've got plenty more practical, budget-friendly tips coming your way. Alright, let's get into how you actually fix this. The simple fix that changes everything. The good news is that solving this doesn't require expensive equipment or complicated schedules. It comes down to consistency over convenience, and once you build the right habits, it barely takes any extra effort at all. Start by watering deeply rather than frequently. Instead of giving your tomatoes a quick splash every day, aim to water thoroughly 2 to 3 times a week, allowing the moisture to soak deep into the roots rather than just sitting on the surface. A quick daily sprinkle might feel productive, but it often only wets the top layer of soil, encouraging roots to stay shallow and lazy instead of growing downward in search of moisture. Deep roots are more resilient roots, and they handle heat far better than shallow ones that rely on constant surface watering. Next, check your soil before you water, not after your plant already looks stressed. Stick a finger about 2 inches into the soil. If it feels dry at that depth, it's time to water. If it's still slightly moist, hold off for another day. This simple habit alone prevents most of the guessing that leads to inconsistent watering in the first place, and it takes less than 10 seconds to do. Mulching is another simple but powerful tool here. A layer of straw, dried grass clippings, or wood chips around the base of your tomato plant helps the soil hold moisture longer, which means fewer dramatic swings between dry and soaked conditions. It also keeps the soil temperature more stable, which your tomato roots will thank you for during those brutal summer afternoons. Best of all, mulch is often free if you're using grass clippings from your own lawn or leaves you've already raked up, which fits perfectly into growing a garden without spending unnecessary money. And if you're growing in containers, pay extra attention here, because containers dry out significantly faster than garden beds. On the hottest days, you may need to check your containers both morning and evening, especially if they're sitting in direct sunlight for most of the day. A container that felt perfectly moist in the morning can be bone dry by late afternoon once temperatures climb past the mid-90s. A common mistake people make while trying to fix this. Once gardeners learn about this issue, a lot of them swing too far in the other direction and start watering every single day just to be safe, thinking more water always equals better results. Unfortunately, this can create a brand new problem. Overly wet soil suffocates the roots by cutting off their access to oxygen, invites fungal issues to take hold, and can actually make your plant more vulnerable to disease during humid summer weeks when moisture already lingers in the air. The goal isn't more water. It's smarter, steadier water. Think of it less like rescuing a thirsty plant in a panic and more like keeping a reliable routine your tomato can count on, no matter how hot the day gets. Your plant doesn't need you to overcorrect, it just needs you to be consistent. Bonus tip most gardeners overlook. Here's something that ties directly into everything we just covered. The time of day you water matters just as much as how often you do it. Watering early in the morning gives your plant time to absorb moisture before the heat of the day arrives, and it reduces the amount of water lost to evaporation, meaning more of it actually reaches the roots where it's needed instead of disappearing into the air. Watering in the evening might feel convenient after a long day, but it can leave your soil damp overnight, which creates the perfect environment for fungal problems, especially during the humid stretches of summer when the air barely cools down after sunset. If mornings aren't possible for you, aim for early evening rather than late night, giving the leaves enough time to dry before temperatures drop and moisture has a chance to sit undisturbed until morning. So to recap everything we've walked through today, the biggest mistake tomato gardeners make in summer isn't neglect, and it isn't bad soil. It's the inconsistency in watering that quietly builds stress inside the plant until it shows up as cracked fruit, curling leaves, or blossom end rot. Summer heat speeds up soil drying, which widens the gap between healthy moisture and dangerous dryness, catching a lot of well-meaning gardeners off guard year after year. The fix is simple once you know what to look for. Water deeply instead of frequently, check your soil before assuming your plant needs a drink, add mulch to stabilize moisture, and water earlier in the day whenever you can. These small adjustments cost little to nothing, yet they can completely transform how your tomatoes handle the summer heat and how much fruit you actually get to enjoy by the end of the season. If this video helped you understand your tomato plants a little better, that's exactly why this channel exists. Hit that like button if you learned something new today, drop a comment sharing your own tomato struggles or wins this summer, and if you haven't already, subscribe so you never miss the next tip that could save your harvest. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.